Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina and welcome back to the channel. Today we're making a card using the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month for February 2023. This die set has amazing detail to it. It has two different dies that you can use to build frames. It has floral pieces, it has a sentiment, it's got everything that you need to build a card without having to pull out your stamp sets, which is what I really like about it. So it comes with two different dies that you can build a frame. I'm using the one that is more of a leafy pattern, and I'm die cutting that in onto some brushed silver cardstock. I'm running that through my machine twice because I know there's a lot of detail, and I just want to make sure that all of those pieces die cut easily. I do go ahead and put my die and cardstock into my die cutter on a little bit of an angle so that I can get some nice even pressure. The large die of the month also includes two different style of greenery. So the pieces that I'm cutting out right now are on some green cardstock, and these are backgrounds that we can use to build up our little floral pieces. I'm cutting this out twice because I am going to be actually putting two of these little bouquets of floral pieces onto my card, which I really love all of the details of the dies. There's so many amazing pieces that I had so much fun die cutting. As a matter of fact, I made two different versions of this card, which I'll show you at the very end of this video what my other card looks like. I am going to go ahead and die cut all of my floral pieces and get them all together. I have a little bowl on my desk that I'm using to just toss all those die cut pieces in so nothing gets lost. And we will then come back and start putting our card together. All right, I am pulling out my handy dandy tweezers and my favorite Barely Art Precision Craft Glue so that I can glue down my frames. What I like to do with something like this is because it's got so many details and we need to add glue when you don't want it to dry. Before you're ready to put your image down onto your card, I like to just do dabs of glue, and then by the time I get to the end of dabbing all that glue on, it's still wet and it'll adhere down nicely. The die set also includes an A2 size frame as well as an oval piece that we can cut out and put in the middle. But for my card, I'm just going right to my card base, or the matte piece that is just a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch cardstock that I adhered those frames down. And I'm going to be adding this floral piece. This is the background piece that we will use to build up our little bouquet of flowers. I cut this out in the Rainforest cardstock by Spellbinders, and I'm adhering this down to the top part of my frame, so up towards the top of my frame. I'm also going to take the other one, the second one I die cut, and this will be adhered at the bottom part, so it's going to go onto my card base upside down. I'm using one of my acrylic stamp blocks just to hold everything in place while the glue dries. I really love how this is turning out. I'm going to start off with building my flowers. There are so many floral pieces that I probably am going to speed up this part, but just to give you an idea, I like to use my jewelry picker that I use for grabbing gems and placing them onto my card to also pick up little die cuts. I am just layering all the different pieces. The cardstock is done with two different shades of blue. I have a dark blue, which is called Indigo, and then a lighter blue, which is called Glacier Ice, I believe. And then I also die cut some pieces in some white cardstock as well. I'm going to layer all of my floral pieces, and we are going to jump into some sped up portions of this, so you could just watch while I build this together. I really love how this turned out in the end. I love how these flowers came out and the different color combinations that you can do with the different floral pieces is endless. Just so many different options. I went ahead and mounted this onto an A2 size card using some foam adhesive. I also die cut the sentiment, which is on some indigo cardstock. The sentiments that come with this die set are debossed, so it makes an impression of the sentiment onto the cardstock. There's Hello Spring, Happy Easter, and Thank You. I decided to go with a thank you sentiment for this card. My other card I did with the Hello Spring. And the last thing, or the second to last thing that I need to do is add the little buds that I think they're buds. I don't even know what you call them, but the little buds that go at the end of the flowers, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere those down. I die cut those onto the same colored cardstock that I used for my background for my floral pieces. And then the last thing I need to do is add these little tiny gems to the smallest flowers that are on this piece. And that's going to be our card for today. I really enjoyed working with this die set. I made 2 versions of this card. I did the other one using the other frame that's included as well as the other background set. And here are a few photos of the finished cards. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And as always, the supplies I used for today's video are in the description down below. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.